Hello everyone, welcome to News Today for today, Friday, May 30th, 2025. We didn't do a News Today broadcast in 1 week, so there's a lot of news we have to get into. So let's get into the news for today, Friday, May 30th, 2025. With the announcement of the opening date of Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away, which will be July 20th, 2025, Disney has shared more details about the floats, the merchandise, and more. Disney is promising that there will be nods to several entertainment offerings and spectaculars of the past, with several members of the creative team having worked on fan favorites such as the Main Street Electrical Parade and Spectral Magic. You will see the inspiration from every iconic electrical parade of years past. Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away will recall the nostalgia of nighttime spectaculars with innovation lightening the way for a magical experience like never before. The Post also lists the orders of the floats as they'll appear in the parade. Kicks off with the Blue Fairy, just like Electrical Parade did. There's then Peter Pan and Wendy from Peter Pan. Asha from Wishes after that. La Familia Madrid. The Madrilli family of Mirabel, Isabella, and Bruno. Following that, then you have Elsa for Frozen, Aurora and Prince Philip, Tiana and Naveen, and Belle and Beast, as well as Cinderella and Prince Charming on the Regal unit. Miguel and Pepita from Coco, followed by Moana, and the whole thing ends with Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Pluto, Donald, Daisy, Snow White, Dopey, Rapunzel, Flynn, Ryder, Aladdin, and Jasmine on the finale train unit, again in homage to the Electrical Parade. With Casey Jr., the Post notes that there's still more to come to this magical list, but this is the order you can look for soon. We also got a preview of some of the costumes that will appear in Disney Starlight for Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy. All three wear outfits in shiny dark blue ascendant with gold and silver. Each wears a large circular light up brooch and a star emblem upon it. Mickey has long coattails, while Goofy sports a vest and Minnie has a screen skirt and matching bow. Finally, we also got a first look at the merchandise and special popcorn for the parade. Four items, including a pin, were revealed in a sneak peek on X at a special preview event for invited media. We were given an up-close look at more of these items. A light-up headband where the trails of pixie dust light up on the headband was shown. Swirls of purple or set against a darker purple background. On the fox leather ears, one side features Mickey and his Starlight outfit, while the other has Tinkerbell in flight. A blue bow sits in the center in the Disney Starlight word markers embroidered on the side of the headband. A limited release pin will feature Mickey Mouse against a starry background next to the parade's full name, Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away. A special bubble wand featuring Mickey's glove holding a button will interact with the parade as it travels through the park. Also, while not on display, there will be an annual Passholder exclusive T-shirt design. There will also be a special blanket that we gotta look at as well. Finally, a special popcorn flavor mix will be available for the debut of Starlight. It'll be available at the Main Street Confectionery. Be the Star-ized mix of bubblegum and blue raspberry candy popcorn, M&M's milk chocolate candies, mini marshmallows, and a white chocolatey drizzle. When Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away debuts this summer, Walt Disney World will start requiring annual pass holders to make a park reservation for the Magic Kingdom, no matter the time of day. Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away is the first year-round nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom in nearly 10 years, since the electrical parade ended its run in 2016. The new parade debuts on July 20th, 2025. The beginning on that date, annual pass holders must hold a park reservation for the Magic Kingdom to visit it at any time of day, including after 2 p.m. Since in January of 2023, pass holders have been able to enter the park enter any of the 4 theme parks after 2 p.m. without a reservation, with the exception of Magic Kingdom on Saturdays and Sundays. That eventually changed after that. The foundation of the cool ship at the Magic Kingdom has been completely torn out of the ground during extensive refurbishment of the area. The cool ship kiosk itself was dismantled and removed from Tomorrowland last week. A large circle of concrete is gone where the kiosk used to be, leaving dirt exposed. The excavator we previously spotted is still there. It's apparently being used to clear debris from the ground, although was not operating when we visited on Wednesday. The cruise ship closed back in mid-May despite the significant construction. It's expected to return to Walt. The Walt Disney World website says the cruise ship is temporarily closed for refurbishment and is expected to reopen later this year. We don't know if the kiosk will retain its previous look, which included the cool scanner, a refreshing mist sprayer. The kiosk offered drinks and snacks like popcorn, cotton candy, and ice cream. At one point in history, they had sushi, which wasn't very good. The most notable feature of the cruise ship through was the big red ship at the top, the cruise scanner for many years. It was rumored that was from the Flight of the Navigator film, although several Imagineers have said it actually wasn't. But that ship was refurbished back just recently in 2021. As part of Cool Kids Summer, 2 DJ dance parties are taking place at the Magic Kingdom in Storybook Circus. Guests can join Pluto for a big top bash, and in Tomorrowland, Stitch is leading the Galactic Blast. Before even reaching the big top bash, guests may encounter a circus stilt walk. They were welcoming guests at the entrance of Storybook Circus. New banners in the circus point guests to the big top bash. It's in the back of the land under the half-open tent next to Pete's Silly Sideshow. A big banner by the seating area outside the tent advertises the Big Top Bash. There are more banners hanging around the outside of the tent. Next to the tent is a circus photo op. Circular cutouts for faces allow guests to become a magician, clown, ballerina, or ringmaster. Games set up under the tent include Plinko, Peanut Toss, and Hopscotch. They all have circus-inspired designs. The DJ Ringmaster's booth is a podium with the triangle and star designs. There are chairs, benches, and stools around the edge for guests. And a pair of jugglers will sometimes perform in the tent when the dance party isn't ongoing. The DJ Ringmaster and Pluto led guests in various dances. The party will happen periodically throughout the day. In conjunction with the Big Top Bash, there is a coloring craft available at Big Top Souvenirs. The picnic tables added to the store earlier this month have new colorful tops and chairs and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse coloring pages. The Galactic Blast is at the Rocket Tower Plaza stage from 11 o'clock a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. The DJ stays on stage while the dancers lead activities with guests. One such activity is limbo using a rocket-shaped surfboard. They also brought out a moon-inspired beach ball. More rocket surfboats decorate the DJ booth. And all the performers wear Hawaiian leis. Stitch joined the fun for limbo and dancing. He won't be out all day, but he'll appear periodically, and Chip and Dale will also sometimes appear. Unfortunately, Rocket Tower Plaza stage doesn't have shade or seating, so keep in mind all that day when planning your cool kids' summer day. And across Tomorrowland, there are Lilo inspired photo ops and crafts in Merchant of Venus. The Walt Disney World parking lot trams have a new pre-recorded spiel of important information and safety announcements. We heard the spiel on a tram at the Transportation and Ticket Center, the parking lot for the Magic Kingdom. The Walt Disney World tram did have pre-recorded spiels at one point, but for many years, the tram cast members have been doing the safety spiels live with the pre-recorded spiel. Cast members can focus more on helping guests. The spiel plays while the tram is stopped, and guests are boarding. It says, "As you board, please lower your head and watch your step. Push down on the handle and pull out on the door. Please fold and stow all strollers and wheelchairs before we depart. Children may not ride while in strollers. And once we are underway, please remain properly seated, facing forward, with no lap sitting, except for small children. During our journey, sudden stops and braking may occur. If a personal belonging falls from the tram, please remain seated and inform the nearest cast member at the next stop. Once you arrive at your destination, please be aware that you and your bags are subject to security screenings. Weapons of any kind, including firearms and knives, as well as selfie sticks, are prohibited." Selfie sticks, a weapon? If you have any of these items, please return them to your vehicle now. Thank you and welcome aboard. After the tram begins moving, another pre-recorded message plays warning guests to remain seated and keep their hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the tram. This message is not new, of course. Cast members still make announcements as needed, including letting guests know what specific row they are parked in. Goofy has taken over CommuniCore Hall at EPCOT, turning it into GoofyCore for Cool Kids Summer. The overlay includes decorations, a DJ, and games. CommuniCore Hall will open in the morning and operate until park closed. During the earliest morning hours, you'll catch some Goofy cartoons, but pretty early. They'll begin the GoofyCore's activities. Goofy's appearances inside will alternate with Celebration in Kanto, in CommuniCore Plaza just outside. And when activities aren't going on, the hall will still be open with DJ music and some games, like soft. There's some soft play elements and things you can play with earlier. Early in the week, Disney added paint splatter decals to the windows and doors to CommuniCore Hall. A mural between each set of doors features Goofy's face and in the words, "Have a Gooftastic summer." Almost all furniture has been removed from inside CommuniCore Hall. There is no merchandise or food for purchase. In the center of the room is a large structure featuring 4 columns covered in paint splatter. And between the columns is a platform with the DJ set up. TV screens mounted around the top of the structure show classic Goofy cartoons in the morning or when nothing's going on. And then in between, or they are used when Goofy's out. They are used to show you what games have been chosen. The hall is relatively dimly lit, but some colorful lights shine down on the structure, illuminating the different colors of paint and the skylight structure. Circles in the ceiling feature images from the 1940 short Goofy's Glider, one showcasing the glider and the other with Goofy using his parachute. Carpeting turns the giant hall into a board game. There are lines of colorful game squares, some featuring an icon like Goofy's hat, Minnie's bow, or an acorn for Chip and Dale. A mural between the doors featuring a trophy image for the winners is seen on one side. Although there's not much furniture in the hall, there are cushioned benches along the wall for parents to sit and watch while their kids have fun. The kitchen, usually open for guests to see as they wait for food, is blocked off with almost opaque windows. The counters are still open so guests can set their bags or other personal items down. Hanging from the ceiling are giant game cards featuring character faces on one side and instructions on the other. For example, drawing a Minnie Mouse card might mean you strike a pose, collect 3 balls. A Donald card might send you back to the store. A foul, it says there are large, soft play. Blocks again for kids to play with when games aren't ongoing. Goofy's assistants for GoofyCore are called the Goof Troop, named after the 1990s animated series starring Goofy and Max. These cast members wear yellow shirts and green vests. The DJ is also part of the Goof Troop. The DJ's name, those DJ Dance Pants. It's a choice when Goofy isn't leading games. The DJ will keep spinning tunes before Goofy arrived. The Goof Troop led guests in an actual board game on the floor for the spaces light up for kids to follow alongside the cast members. Periodically, Goofy will arrive and the games will begin. Goofy and the Goof Troop start by leading guests in a series of stretches and dance moves. The first game we played was Goofy Limbo. There was then Parachute and Pipsqueaks, where you played with the colorful parachute you might remember from your elementary school gym. And Goofy Says, it's just like Simon Says, but with Goofy, there are other games also, depending on when you go. Well, if you didn't know, I'm a Test Track fan, and this next piece of news is an exciting piece of news for me. The new Test Track sign has been installed in front of the attractions building in EPCOT, although it remains covered by tarps. Disney filed a permit for the new sign back in January and poured concrete in the sign's circular bed earlier this month. It's in the same location as the old sign was before it was completely removed last year. The new sign appears to be cross-shaped. It's currently surrounded by cones and caution tape. More concrete may be poured into the hole around it. Later, the building's new overhang is almost complete nearby. And some sheathing has been installed on the sides and through the overhang. Looks just like the concept art released by Disney. The sign shape does not, of course, the original concept art said the ride was presented by Chevrolet. We know we've changed it back to GM at this point, so maybe the sign has changed as part of that. We'll have to wait and see what it ends up being. Test Track closed last summer to be reimagined. It's supposed to open late this summer, but still no opening date has been released. Alright, so unfortunately, our broadcast has came to an end today. But before we go, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Okay, well, our broadcast has came to an end. I'm Chris, and this has been News Today for today, Friday, May 30th, 2025. Bye.